about 8:30. That's an hour and a half. If you haven't watched film with me, that might get us through about a quarter, okay? We might get a little more than that, but here's the idea. We're going to watch the game against Sweet Lax Upstate, because that's the type of team we want to be able to compete with, and I need to show you the little details that are going to change whether or not we can compete with them or not, okay? I have a little document here on watching game film. So when you watch game film with me, there's a couple points. First, it's about learning, not entertainment. We're not like looking for big plays, that kind of stuff. You can do that on your own time. Make your highlight film. This is about growing. So we want to critique the team's play, talk about the positive, and point out the areas that we need improvement. 2, film doesn't lie. Don't try to make excuses, just take responsibility for what we see. Okay, try to think, why did I make that decision? How can I improve? You're going to have a thick skin. Okay, you can't take things personally. I'm going to point out when we make mistakes. Okay, so whether or not it's you or somebody else, you got to just have thick skin and go, okay, I screwed up, I need to be better. Okay? Learn from others. A lot of times you're not going to be on the field. It's not going to be you making the mistake, but it could be you. So learn from somebody else. If somebody else doesn't get the right slide or has a bad approach angle or doesn't cut through an offense, like, we got to learn from the whole group. We're going to point out stuff on ball and off ball. Don't just focus on the ball. Look at all the stuff going on around. Learn from the mistakes, but don't dwell on them. Like, you screw up, you want your own film, you screw up, understand the concept, move forward, okay? And then finally, if you don't understand, if I'm talking about something and I say something and you're like, I still don't understand what you're talking about, you gotta ask. You gotta go, Coach, I still don't understand that. Okay, raise your hand, stop me, and we'll talk through it. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of watch film, then draw it up on the board, right? Watch some more film, draw it back up on the board. Make sure we understand the concepts. All right, so we're gonna go, not that one, this one. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can reload this one. All right, let's blow this up. All right, Sweet Lax Upstate. I don't know where they're ranked now, but they at one point were number 1 when they came out with rankings. I assume they're a top 5 team. This is the level that we're striving to play at. They're gonna have big, strong athletes. We knew coming into this game, I'm gonna draw this up to start. Coming into this game, they had a really good face-off guy, okay? So, what we were anticipating is our face-off guy versus their face-off guy. I'll circle us. We wanted to sink our wings to take away their fast break because their guy was known to be able to win the ball forward, okay? So the concept is this. We're in our triangle defensively, but if we know this guy's pretty good at pulling forward, we were gonna move our long stick down here. So on a whistle, we're going this way, and if he wins it forward, we take him and this guy picks up. Do we understand that concept? And on the other side, we were going to match up. Our midi on their midi, nice and tight. Okay? Because if we pop, we want to be able to have the angle. So far, understand what we were going to try to do on that face-off?
Yes.
Okay? Now, this is where I need us to understand, like, the game so I don't have to make every adjustment. Guess what? We come out, and their attack is lined up this way. What do we need to do differently? Well, we probably didn't know it. We got to the wings, but we got to check down. So now, if our long stick midi is over here and our midi's here, what do we need to do without me saying anything? Huh? The midi go down, right? This midi, okay, just boom. This midi needs to shift, and we should be able to tighten up on this side, right? Do we understand that? Now, you'll see, I notice it, because right now, look, we've got our midi hip to hip, right? So as we watch, our midi's hip to hip, here's me, I'm calling over and I'm asking him to shift down now. But because we didn't tighten up on this side, right? Because we shifted down but we didn't tighten up here, what was he able to do? Pop it to his wide open wing. Do we understand that? So this is like, most teams are gonna run a right-handed fast break. All of a sudden they come out with left-handed. We just need to be able to go, oh, we understand the concept. Drop this guy down, tighten that guy up. Do we understand that? Like, those are things that, unless we scout a team drastically and we know left hand fast break, we just need to be able, in the moment, take the concept and fit the situation. Okay? So they win the face-off. Clean face-off win. Here we go. We're matched up. They're subbing. All right, this I like. Do you see our long stick down here? What does that give us right now? How is that helping us? Instead of him being up next to his guy.
Like helping
Taking space.
Taking space.
Slide guy.
Yeah, look, if we go back, let's go back 5 seconds. When this guy makes his move right there and starts taking off, two probably has, if they clear through, he's got a good angle to the cage, yes? Okay. So as we watch, why doesn't he keep pushing? Well, he sees this defender sitting there. If we would have cleared all the way through, my guess is he's pushing to that pipe and seeing if he can draw a slide immediately. But because we hedged down, this is called taking real estate, we stop a dodge without really doing anything, right? He even peeks and it's like, well, that guy's not dangerous. So that helped us. All right, so now we go out. Nate, what hand is your guy?
He's lefty.
Okay, lefty. You should know because they ran a lefty fast break, right? You kind of have to start picking out what hand is my guy, right? Guys, defensively, this is a big deal. We have to start to understand hands early on in games because at this level, do we want to give a player their strength or force them to their weakness? Weakness, okay? You give a player at this level their strength, they're going to score goals, okay? So here we go. All right. Got a little aggressive there. Let's go back. Well, that was a longer jump. So he catches it, Nate, left hand. You can see that he's a lefty. So just know that, okay? I like that we're out, Jack. Just drop down. He's got good quickness, but we're hedged in, so we're pretty good. All right. What is our rule here?
No middle.
Huh?
No middle.
No middle. Okay. Where's mine? Just going to review from the beginning because these are our concepts, and we went over these concepts really early in the season.
Coach, can you use a darker pen, please?
You can't see the red?
Easier to see a darker pen.
Okay. Go purple.
Yep.
All right. So, here's the idea. There are 8 dodging spots. All right, we talked about approach angles. If the ball's back right or back left, our hips have to be the sideline or to the end line. Okay? Wings, hips have to be facing 45-degree corners. Top right, top left. Hips have to be facing sidelines, okay? I like the idea that I have a foot splitting his legs, right, to force him to go down. At X or up top, how do we force him? We can't. So if this guy's a lefty, I have to play him like this, force him right. If this guy is a righty, I force him to his left, okay? Might look like a small thing, it's a huge thing. What's the problem right now? On ball.
He's below.
He's below it. Okay? This guy's dodging right about here. That's where he is on the field. We would love to be here, above, forcing him down. We're underneath. Our hips are actually open. So let's see how this plays out. He wins top side. We're still with him. Nothing that time. Because we were hedged in. I like that we broke on that ball. So let's go back and look at that. He catches it. Our approach angle, too low. We get top side. But see all this junk here? He didn't have room to win. Do we understand that? So even though he wins top side, we have a bunch of people and defenders clogging. That's called taking real estate, right? Like, we understand if we can take real estate, guys have smaller windows to win dodges. Okay? So he wins top side, but honestly, I would have loved to see him go down this way. Okay, do we understand that? Because we've got 3 defenders here, we're able to get him out of that dodge because he just didn't have room. And we break, I like that, push, make sure they're respecting it. All right, so now they're going down alley. All right, they throw middle. What do you think they're going to try to do again?
Go to the top.
They want to get middle. Why does an offensive player want middle versus down the side?
One angle.
Okay, 1, more angle to shoot on the goal. Why else? You can see everybody. If 19 wins middle, he can throw it to any of his teammates, right? He can see any of the slides. If we force him this way, he can't see these guys back here, which allow us to help and get a slide to him. So here we go. He gets middle. See, now they have space. They got cut guys through. This is a problem, okay? He's winning middle. He's got the whole 6x6 to shoot at, and he sees the slide. And guess who we can't cover now? Well, which is backside? Tell me, what's backside right now?
Gonna go bottom right attack.
If I'm looking at the cage,
No.
is the left-hand side backside or is the right-hand side backside?
The left, I think. Yeah, if you're looking at the cage, the left.
Yeah, his back is facing backside now. Do you understand that? But there's only one guy there. So we slide from the crease, which we have to, but the problem is he can see. And this guy was just ball side, so he was pushing out. Immediately on a win middle, he becomes backside, and he would have to get to the crease. Do you know how hard that is? It's literally this. You're here, his guy was here, right? There's a guy here, our defender's here. If we push this way, he's probably hot, right? And we can cover, but all of a sudden he wins this way. This guy goes, he's got to get here very quickly. And guess what? Even if he does this, this guy can throw it to his guy. He can see it. We're in a bad situation, right? He's going to be able to pick whoever he wants to throw. Because this guy on the wing could be a shooter right away as well. Here's what saves us. They win middle, we slide, he just bounces a pass.
Yeah.
Like, we got really lucky there. Should have been a goal. But look, how? Again, we're talking top 5 team. Do you see the importance of we can't give up middle? Can't give up middle. Like a team that good, that athletic, they will pick us apart if they get middle. Okay? It's their first possession, and we've given up middle how many times? Twice already. Is that a complicated concept? So why are we giving up to a top 5 team middle twice on their first 2 dodges? Right? Do we understand what I'm saying? See, here's the thing. Against most teams, if I step up and say I'm taking away middle, they won't even try to beat me middle. Good teams are going to force you to prove you're going to take away middle. Meaning, you're going to have to body them. you're going to have to turn them with your hands and feet to force them down the side. A bad team, you just set up, they'll go, okay, he's taking away middle. That's why I'm going to tell you offensive players, I don't care if a guy's setting up to take away middle. Force them to prove they're going to take away middle. We set up, look, we weren't great with our angles, but here's the deal. He's not in a terrible spot, right? Look, his hips are facing corner, yes. But is that enough? Just showing you're taking away middle. No, you actually have to bottom. You have to trail, you can't bite on the underneath move, like this is discipline. This is discipline at this point. The only way 19 gets middle is if we choose not to body him and turn him back. So here we go. He decides to go, and he just runs right through us. And he puts us in a really bad spot. And like I said, the only thing that saved us is he bounced the pass. All right, Nate, who's your guy?
Lefty.
Yeah, lefty. So shade him, make him go that way. Good. That's good. See, he wants to come back. That's good. All right, here we go. They're flexing out. Uh-oh, what do we got again? Okay, we're fighting harder. We tried to be more physical, yes? Did we still take away middle? Not enough. The rule is this, if a guy dodges you and wants topside badly, you have to push him outside the restraining line. That's a win for defense. If a guy tries to beat me topside and the restraining line is here, if I drive him outside the restraining line, even though he gets me topside, I win. Why is that a win for me?
It's not a threat.
It's not a threat. If he's outside the restraining line, he can't score. So do we have to slide? No, so it doesn't hurt us. Inside the box hurts us. Okay, do we understand that? We have now played them, and they have dodged 3 times on their first offensive set. How many times have they won topside? 3. Do you expect us to win this game?
No.
It's our first offensive set, our first defensive series, and we've given up topside 3 times already. That's not a they're more talented. That's a they're tougher, they're more determined, they're going to get what they want. And we are not strong enough, determined enough, and disciplined to take it away. That's the mentality. You know how I talk about mentality a lot? That's the mentality, that's not athleticism. They are winning solely because of mentality so far. Not because they're great skill, they bounce the pass. Right? They're getting it done because they want it more. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. All right, they're swinging around. Uh-oh, what do we got? Oh! How many times now have we given up middle? 4. You do know I walk us through this like day 1 of defense. So why, at the end of our fall, I've been coaching this team for now 2 years, why when we play a top 5 team, we give up the middle 4 straight times? Again, why do we think we can beat a top 10 team if this is what we're going to do? Do we understand? It's not a talent thing. I'm going to tell you again, it's not a talent thing. It's a mentality. It's a mentality. Our mentality has to change. That's why I freak out on you guys, because it's not a talent thing. Like, you guys just have to be tougher. I actually went into this game challenging you guys, telling you this was going to be a mental game about who's tougher. And this is what we come out in the first quarter again. 4 straight dodges, all give up. All right, here we go. Now let's see how they turned it over. He again tried to feed inside. They threw it. All right, here we go. We're clearing. We got opportunity right here. We are 4 on 3. Okay, that guy tripped. I think Jaden gave it up early to Grant, right? Grant has the ball. What do I need Jaden to do? Put on the burners. Keep cutting. Cut hard. Here's what happens. Is he keeping the burners on? No, he slowed down. Why are we slowing down? Why are we slowing down there? Like, again, let's look. Look at the gap. Here versus this guy. This is an easy win if we sprint. Why do we gear down? Because now he's on our back and we can't get a good shot. He gets a check because we gear it down. When I say we have to sprint, play fast, we actually have to play fast. 75% is not good enough. You get a 4-on-3 like that, we give it up early and we've got a return pass, we have to play with more speed. We allowed a guy 15 yards behind to catch us. All right, so it's a save. Goalie's got it. All right, what do I need from everybody? Drop. Get to the midfield as fast as possible. Jet, you're going to acceleration, okay? Let's go back. Let's watch your 40-yard dash here, Jet. Okay. Is that going to win a race at acceleration? No. Okay? All right, but we still have guys back here. Here's Jade. What kind of ride do we run? Cloud. What is that?
3 zone.
It's a zone, and it's a 3-3 zone. Jaden ran the fast break, so he's not back yet. So that means we have 2 guys on the field. We need the 2 guys that run on to zone up the midfield, right? Where are their guys coming from? The box. Our 2 guys run to the farthest 2 zones, and guess what zone we leave open?
Box.
The box. See this guy wide open? I have a guy here playing nobody. We just ran on the field and played nobody in a zone. Like, run on the field, check. Now, the good thing is I think our attack get in the lane and we pick it off. Yep. We knock it down, and here we go. Grant's got the ball. All right, here we go. Let's move the ball. Let's get it swung behind. Move your feet. All right, here we go. Ball, we're gonna move it. All right, so Hudson pushes down. When we see the ball going this way, what do guys on the backside have to do? Gotta get to an open passing spot. Yes? This happens all the time on our team. And Jet, you're number 1 responsible. But this happens. Mitty comes down with the ball. Sorry, I'm going to go back to purple. Mitty comes down with the ball. We have an attackman because we have 2 righties and we have our lefty here. It's not a break, so this guy pops, we pass, he rolls, he pops, pass, he goes to turn, and Jet's out here somewhere. And so what do? We do this. What is the problem?
People in the box.
It's crowded over here. We want time away from the box. So I need Jet. When you see the ball go that way, you got to get to X. So now our middies can go and the new guys can come in and we spin it and we can get into offense smoothly. You'll see in this game how many times we go this way and come right back this way. I need this attackman to run, and I need this attackman to sprint. Do we understand that? Why do we want it going behind? 1, it forces defense to look behind, which now they're not seeing who's coming in. It gets space away from our substitution, so these guys weren't running through passes. Do we understand? It relieves pressure. All right, here we go. We pass down, there we go, watch. Yep, just right back. All right, here we go. I think we're gonna get it over to Griff, get that pass up. Look, we have to throw passes harder, harder, harder. Is that a new concept for us? I tell us all the time, every time we do stick work, every time, throw passes harder. In the box, it has to be a laser, not a rainbow. Rainbows die. They don't have enough velocity, so we get it off the ground, that's fine. Here we go. We're dodging with Griff. What do I need in our offense when we initiate with a guy? What do we need?
Jason's cut.
Adjacents have to cut. And you have to cut hard. All right, so let's line this up. Here's Griff. We've got Huddy here. I've got Gavin over here. I have Grant here. I have Cam there, and I have Jet here. So if Griff's gonna go, who cuts through?
Hudson.
And I need Jet through. Now Griff can win here or here, right? And have space, and then the next guy can fill, so if he needs an outlet, we go there. Okay? See what happens. Griff decides to go underneath. Jet, where are you? You're in no man's land. You can't score. Your guy can help and get back to you. Griff's win right now is being impeded because you didn't do your job. At worst, if you're not going to cut through, then you need to get past to the backside of X. So if your guy decides to go, you catch it and you're by yourself. So if you decide not to cut through on this, you can't stay there because your defender can do this and on a pass get back to you. You have to. If you see this win and you can't get through, you got to do that. Then this attackman reads you and can cut here. Do we understand this? Now this defender goes, he's got a problem. Okay? I'll tell you, at least 50% of defenders, as soon as his attackman does that, he'll do that. Which opens up what for Griffin? He can run right to the cage. But if his defender decides to step up even more, then Griff can attack, pop, and move, and now we've got a 2-on-1, and this is where this defender, if we cut through, goes, we feed, goal. Do we understand this? Yes?
Would you be fine if he was like to the right of the crease, like right on the crease, so if his defender slid, Griffin can just go 1 forward, it's already
To who?
on the crease. To Jet, like if Jet was right to the right of the crease.
If Jet was here,
A little bit like farther down.
here?
Yeah, kind of like there, so if his defender
Yeah,
slid,
the problem is
go
his
forward.
defender doesn't have to slide. If Jet's right there, I'm going to hold right here and force Griff to run to me, and that's a super hard pass.
Yeah, okay.
I would rather it there, or he gets through and he C-cuts here, and we've got an inside look.
Okay.
Okay? So let's watch how this finishes. So Griff has to take this shot earlier than he would like to. Where, Jet, you're not actually doing anything. And he misses far side. But we beat them on our first dodge. Our first setup dodge, we get into our offense, here we go. We go right by him, and we're right to the middle of the field. All we needed to do is get this guy out of there. One movement would have Griffin run into the cage taking a shot from 4 yards. Do you see how if we actually don't do our details, we are not going to be effective against a top 10 team? Have we played a good brand of lacrosse so far? No. Haven't played good lacrosse. Haven't done when I talk to us all the time. The teams that win are better at the details. That's it. Do common things in an uncommon way. That's who's going to be a champion. Champions do common things in uncommon ways. They are better at the details. We are not great at the details. Okay? All right, let's keep watching. All right, first shot, we back it up though, okay. I think they forced Jet to run all the way across. All right, so now we need to be thinking, if Jet's gonna dodge off the end line, then what do we probably wanna do for him? Clear through, and then here we come, setting a pick, that's fine. Come off of it. All right, now let's move it. I don't like that. Okay, let's look at this again. So if we're gonna push here, what do I want? Yeah, get it to the back side. Look, we attacked one side. Right? We come, we set a pick, we attack one side. We have here, look at Cam. See, he's wide open. I don't want Jet to feed that, but guess who I might want to feed that? Gavin. That's a push forward, and then one more. But we've drawn guys to this side. You know what I don't want? Catch and cradle and throw right back to the Dodger. Okay? That's not helpful to us. All right, Griff style. So let's move it. Let's get the ball moving. Let's figure out what we want. Here we go. Cam's got a shorty. He wins top side. We move. Hey, let's pause. Look at it again. It was not pretty. What I'm saying is our ball movement should have been way faster. Cam should have done that dodge way sooner. Do we understand? Let's go watch again. So we come off the Jet's dodge. Good offense would look like this. Jet attacks, comes off, kicks it here to Gavin. Gavin kicks it to Grant. Grant knows we've got a shorty, passes immediately down to Cam. Grant cuts through, and Cam's dodging a shorty. Do you understand that? Like, that's efficient offense, and it's not because I can see it. It's what we teach. And then what? Where's the opening guy? On the backside. Move the ball to the backside. We have a matchup. Let those guys do the thing. We never teach. You know what we're going to do? We never teach dodge, hold it, throw it back to the Dodger. We never teach that. Dodge, get it to the backside. So instead of the pass already being in Cam's pocket, we're back to where we started, basically. Griff's tired, so now we're going to eventually get it to Cam. And we do what Grant cuts through. So Grant, let's look at this. If you want Cam to win his matchup, is this cut going to get him open?
No.
Give him space?
No.
No. Again, I'm going to pick out every little detail because I need you to see the game the way I see the game. So when I see Grant pass that, in my mind, when Grant passes it to Cam, Grant's sprinting a 20-yard sprint as fast as he's ever sprinted. That's my expectation because I'm like, look, we've got an attackman with the ball against a shorty. If Grant just clears his guy easy, we got an easy shot, right? We give them too much because we don't move. Here we go, pass. Man, think if you cleared faster into this space down here and we read, even though we do it slow, Cam's taking a shot dead center of the field at probably 12 yards. Is that what we want?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So against a top 5 team, even though our offense is out of sync, not moving very fast, we still get a 12-yard shot from. Imagine if we moved the ball more efficiently and cut faster, what we could do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I need Cam to stick this shot. He shoots stick side low, goalie makes a clean save. At this level, a 12-yard shot in the middle of the field, you got to bury 80% of the time. Got to put it off hip, you got to hit it off side, you got to make that goalie reach, stretch to score. Okay? But getting a shot, our attackman against a shorty, dead center of the field from 12 yards, that's a win. Okay? And like I said, we're not even running good offense right now. Does it look fluid? Does it look like we know what we're doing? No. But you know how the offense can run. You know it should be pass, read dot, cut through, clear space, draw two, move it to the other side. We're just kind of going through the motions. And even going through the motions, we're still getting a quality shot. We actually got 2 quality shots when we didn't do the right thing each time. Okay? All right. Now, goalie makes a save. What should I be seeing?
Ron Jackson.
Yeah, goalie makes a save. Here he goes. Jet.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to be all over you. If you want a Division I coach to recruit you, Jet, I'm going to pick on you. Look at you when the goalie makes a save. Look at your speed. Here's the problem. If you're sprinting, could you get to this guy? Let's watch. Guess who they clear the ball with? Do you see why I need full speed? If you just ran as hard as you can, that guy is covered. We have everybody else covered. We're going to force that defender to roll back, throw it to the goalie, work another side. But if we run at this speed, again, right here, this defender has nobody. Our other 2 attackmen are back. We've got a midi center of the field, we've got a midi here, and we've got a midi there. We have the zone. You know what zone we don't have covered? Jet zone. Do you see how one person, and I've showed you a couple things, one person, if they make the mistake, the whole scheme fails. Yes? They clear it easy. It looks like we're a crappy riding team. Like we have no concept. Because they were able to get it to a defender, and they found a wide open midi. The problem is, we just have a guy that's not working hard enough to get to his own. All right, so here we go. Now Huddy's on ball. We're hustling in. All right, Huddy, I like how you're shading. He's outside the box, which is fine. If he wants to go middle, we're good, but you're there. As he's looking this way, we need to be cheating in a little bit. We know the pull. Yes, we understand the pull on defense. Okay, got to read intention. All right, Huddy, I still like how you're positioned. All right, now we're shading, and he goes down the alley. That's a win. That's what we want every time. Okay? Nate, what hand is your man?
Left.
Okay. Shade. Okay, he's going left, that's fine. You're up on his left. We're out. Okay. Let's go back. Ball hits the ground. Is that a 50-50 ball? Who wins on a 50-50 ball? Ground ball.
Hey,
No, I'm just asking,
whoever wants it more.
okay, what does it look like to want it more?
Being more physical.
Physical, get lower, right? Pad level matters. Getting your nose down to the ball, taking checks. You can't get a ground ball standing up, right? Do we understand this? This means eat turf. We have a 50-50 matchup here. Who gets lower? Yeah. We slip. You know why you slip? Because you're too tall, right? If you break down and get lower center of gravity, you're not going to slip on turf. Why are we running at a ground ball standing straight up? Do you understand what I'm asking? A 50-50 ball. This is what determines games. We have a chance. Why are we not getting our nose down? Like, that's just too simple. There is no advantage to either one of those players on that ground ball. The player that wants it more comes up with the ball. So far in this first quarter, I challenged you before the game about mentality, toughness, getting the little things done. Did we respond? So why do we think the game didn't go our way? Was it a talent issue? Has this been a talent issue so far?
No.
Nope. Do you now understand why I keep telling you it's not talent anymore? At this level, it's who wants it more. Who says, I'm taking away middle and you can't stop me? Hey, I'm gonna get lower, I'm gonna bleed for a ground ball. Hey, when the ball gets turned over, I'm gonna out sprint you to get to my spot. When we're running offense, I'm not gonna catch and look around. I already know what I'm doing with the ball before it's in my stick because I know a guy dodged over here and he threw it to me and I know there's a backside over here. Hey, if I know this guy's got a matchup, I need to sprint through and clear through right away. This doesn't take super talented abilities, any of those things. It takes a mentality, a winner's, a championship mentality. And we don't have it. We don't have it. We don't have a winner's championship mentality. And here's the problem. What's the score right now? 0-0. You guys have made mistake after mistake after mistake, not doing what we want, and it's still a 0-0 ball game. Imagine if we actually played to our potential. Imagine if we actually executed our concepts. We could be up on them 2-3-0 by this point. We had a fast break we didn't execute, right? Because we slowed our feet. We had Griffin win all the way down to 6 yards, but had to shoot it a little bit sooner because we didn't clear a guy. And we had Cam win to the middle, get to 12 yards, dead center of the field. It could be 3-0 at this point. All right, here we go. So we're back on defense. Here we go, we're pushing down the side. All right, Huddy, no middle. Okay, drive him wide if he's gonna go. Gives it up. All right, let's talk about this sequence. Let's go back a little bit. All right. So Huddy, you're coming in, he throws it to this guy right there. All right. I need you to don't come straight out at him. Come up and over. Do you understand? Because you know this guy is a right-hander and he wants to go this way. So the idea, if I run straight, he's going to attack for a strong hand. If I come almost straight up the field, now he's got to run into me. Okay? It's not killer because he's outside the box, so we still can get our slides ready, okay? Now I see one guy here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 5. I'm hoping our 6 is right here, so we could slide from one of these 2, okay? But he doesn't win enough. Let's take a look at our approach here. I think it's Griff. We got to work higher, right? Griff's in. I need Griff to run higher instead of running out at the guy. Okay, this is called approach angle. And again, it's hard to do against good teams that are trying to set up what they want. That's why we have to be more disciplined. So Huddy's man sweeps. Huddy's here. Griffin's, let's kind of put the goal here. Griff's sunk in, but Griff's got to read when this guy's coming here. We've got slides here. And his guy is here. I need him to come out and set an angle. Yes, do we understand that? So on that pass, he comes out and he's like, you gotta go that way. We come out more flat and this guy pushes back to the middle. So we come out flat and now he's up top. Gets a good inside roll. All right, Huddy. Defense, I want us to pay attention to this. If a guy dodges and then takes his head up, takes his eyes off the field, see how he's taking his eyes off the field right here to roll? I want the closest guy to blitz slide, right? I'm close, I see his head, gone. Back of his head, I slide. I would love, Huddy, that you would have seen this, and when he comes out of the roll, you're meeting him. Do we understand? We need to make it dangerous to roll back within like 12, 13 yards of the cage. Okay? We need to slide when guys turn their back to the cage. Okay? We don't, but I want you, like, in my mind, that's what I'm anticipating. I'm seeing this and I'm going, oh, do we go? Why do we watch film? Eventually, I want you to see the game the way I see it. Because when you guys see the game and react the way I want you to, we're going to be really good. But I have to keep pointing things out to you so you understand the game. So it would be great, because you got there, but think if you left 3 steps earlier. All right. Here we go, coming in. You got your lefty, Nate. They're setting a pick. This is good. Okay, let's talk about this. This is good stuff. We actually did this well. So when a short stick sets a pick behind, we're going to play him tight. Because typically teams that want to do big little want to come off the pick and then throw back to the shorty so that shorty can dodge right away. So look at what this attackman wants to do. Look at his eyes and look at why they can't get what they want. We play it tight. He comes off. What does he look? He looked to pass right away and he realized we're on that, so he can't throw back. So now they just got to continue in their dodge. And we're fine right there. Got to recover. All right, let's talk about this one. So, lefty attackman. Nate, I would like you up a little more, but you're fine. Do we need to go there? I would rather us just hold, okay? Hold on that back pipe. We kind of go out of control, and this guy actually, he didn't commit to the roll, so now he's feeding 2-on-1 with Huddy. Do we understand that? So we've got to get in position to slide, hold that back pipe, make that guy commit under, and get a double team. If he doesn't commit under, we don't slide. Yes, do we understand that? We're chasing a guy that actually didn't roll, and now he's here, feeding. So Huddy did the right thing, because guess what? When the guy coma slides, Huddy's job, when you have 2 guys to cover, which one do you cover, high or low? Low. You always cover the lowest guy, okay? We always play defense, 2 things, low to high, inside to out. Do we understand that? The only way you don't play low to high is if the low guy goes behind the cage, because now he's not dangerous. But 2 guys in front of the cage, you always have to cover low, and you recover to high. Because think about this, Huddy does the right thing. Who does he feed, the low guy or the high guy? High guy. Who do we want taking the shot? 22, or do we want this wing guy? 22. Look where 22 is. He's probably at 16 yards here, okay, at his feet. So when Huddy sees it, we recover out. Gave us enough time to recover and get a piece of it. All right, uh-oh. All right, let's take a look at this. Here's the shot. What's going on now? This is where we have to anticipate. Who's covering the ball?
Short stick. Short.
Okay, what are we in? Got to be in hammer right away. Okay, we got to recognize Gavin just should be yelling, shorty on ball, you know, we need to go hammer, whatever. Goalie should see it. We do get there. All right, let's see. All right, so we have our wing guy here. I think we have a wing guy backside. I can't see him. We have Jack ready to slide. I believe this is Huddy up top. All right, throw it. Nate, what hand is your guy?
Left.
Okay, you're running out at him. Gave him his left hand. Okay? So look, we're in great position here. Look. That's what it looks like. Midi with the ball. We have Gavin on it. We get D here, Jack. We have a defender here, and Nate, you're here. And I believe we had Huddy here, and I believe that was Griff. Okay? On the dodge, we get the slide. They take your attackman running behind. We're going to hold until he gets rid of it. He gets rid of it. You're the guy. All you have to do is come and make sure he doesn't beat you left-handed, right? Make him dodge back toward the crowd or make him dodge around, but he can't beat you cleanly left-handed, okay? This is why I asked you, like, up to this point, we should know by now he's a left-hander. If I play him one-on-one, I can't get beat to his strength, right? So, all of this, we kind of play it right, but you overplay. It's a good shot. We kind of have to hold that pipe. He beats us by our ear. And now we're down 1-0, okay? All right. Man, goes fast. We're 52 minutes in, okay? We're only to the second face-off now, okay? Now, let's look if we adjusted, and I believe we do, on the second face-off. All right, look, we now put the pole on the far side, right, because we knew there was a lefty fast break. We're going to play tighter now, so this guy can't pull it cleanly. So now his really only option is to pull forward or into this spot, which hopefully gives us a little bit better chance of getting a piece of this face-off. We let our face-off guys, I know I told them the first 3 or 4 I was going to let them go without having to try to block or anything, because we were taking away the fast break. Here we go. See how we've taken, like, we can't even see our midi in the screen. He's locked hip to hip with their guy. So their guy's not going to pull to win. Here we go. We made it a 50-50 and we actually put it on the ground. Now let's see who comes up with it. That's a push, but they didn't call it. We're still scrapping. All right, we got it. All right, let's look at this. What has to happen here? We have to anticipate. We have the ball in our stick. There's only a couple things we can do here. We got to know our options. Face-off guys got the ball. What do you think Pierce should be doing? Yeah, get upfield. Get upfield. Get your guy out of a chance for a double team. Okay? So if we can carry one guy out, we want the pole to hang backside. Why?
Just in case you lose it.
Well, hold backside because if his man comes to double, who's open then? He is, right? If he runs up here, we can't make a pass. So Pierce going deep, face-off guy got the ball, pole sliding backside. What do I need the face-off guy to do? He's got to do one of 2 things. He's got to sprint like he hasn't sprinted before and beat a shorty. And that's what coaches want to see from face-off guys. Can they handle the ball under pressure? If he doesn't think he can do that, what is his option?
Go to the goalie or defenders.
Go back to the goalie or defenders. Okay, do we understand this? This is important. We don't get to win a face-off and give it back to them. We have to understand the situation. Clear space for him. If he's athletic enough, hopefully he is, and he can run out. If he's not, he needs to roll back, throw it back to our goalie or D, and we clear it normally. Let's see what happens. Just try to throw it with under pressure, right? That's not handling the ball. That's not handling pressure, okay? Like, look, against the top team, we get it. Look, I would have been happy if he's not comfortable right here, he goes straight back and throw it to the goalie. Don't even try to run through the pressure. I got in my stick, this guy's all over me, I run away, I throw it to the goalie, we clear the ball. This is us cracking the pressure, right? We're feeling pressure. It's literally a face-off guy against a face-off guy. All we have to do is handle that pressure. Either throw it to the goalie or run through it. But the idea that we do this while he's in our hands, bounce a pass, and then it's there, and now they double team us, and the ball's down again, and guess who comes up with it? Did we put you guys in good positions to win this faceoff? Right? Lock a wing, take away a fast break, let us go. We actually got the... Now what do I need for our players? We got to do our jobs. Got to do our jobs. If we want to be a top 5 team, top 10 team, that can't happen. Can't happen. Ball in our stick against a face-off guy, and we just decide to throw the ball because we feel some pressure. We've got options. Either run through it or go back to the goalie. That's it. No other option. See, this is a small thing. It's not a big thing. This is why we do those freaking pressure stick work drills, right? Where we make you work to get open and handle pressure against poles. That situation right there, where you don't freak out against pressure. We freaked out. All right, here we go. They got the ball again. All right, we need to understand we've got a bad matchup here. But I'm pretty sure this is their face-off guy too. So he's probably going to look to get off the field as well, right? So if he gets rid of the ball, which he is, all right, now we need to lock, right? Stay with him. Good, we're still giving 5 yards here. Ah! What are we doing?
Trying to sub.
We're trying to sub. Did that guy go? No. If I ask you to ride a guy off, that means if he goes, you go. If he stops, what do? You stop. We're still 10 yards away from the midfield line, and this guy's just peeled back. This is IQ. Do we understand this? This is IQ. Yes, we want to run off with another guy, but if he stops, we got to stop. Now look, I think we play this out pretty well. They make it, again, they saved us with a lot of bad passes. Like for a top 10 team, like they threw a lot of terrible passes. All right, so here we go. They're getting into their offense, dodge down the side, good, let's be physical. I like that we helped here, we're sunk in, let's come out. What do we need to do here? Take away top side, we're creeping better. Let's see. Ah! Do I need a one-hand check there? Is that going to ever do something? Like we give up our 2 hands to be able to body. And we let a guy run dead center of the field again. Now again, he's higher up, but look, see how he sees the wing guy, and guess what we give up a second time? We gave up, this is the first quarter. How many topside dodges have we given up? Like 6, 7, 8. But again, like, here's the problem. Can he see the whole field? Yes, watch. We're trying to hedge. This is a good hedge. Like, that's what he's supposed to do. Because we don't know who's sliding. Maybe it's going to be this guy, and he has to be in a position. So he's holding where he's supposed to be holding. Is that actually you, Damian?
No.
I don't know.
That's Angelo.
Is that Angelo?
Yeah.
Okay, so Angelo. He's where he's supposed to be. Like, he's trying to hold into the pool, but this guy could throw forward and back. He can see the whole field. Do you see how that's a problem? Yeah. So now because we held, he makes a throw. We just can't run flat. We can't buy on that underneath move. Fortunately, they didn't stick another shot. All right, Nate. Your guy again. How do you want to set up at X? We talked about it.
Take away his left.
Got to take away his left, right? Okay. How are you setting up?
Straight out.
Straight out. And when you set up straight out a guy, you give him both options, which means you're going to be slow because you have to respect both options. And here we go. He gets his left, and he does exactly the same thing. Like, look, guys, these are small details. Approach angles. Go back. Right? Just setting up correctly. We don't set up correctly. He's not going right-handed. He put it in your right just to make you give a little step that way. You got to know, set up on his left, make him prove that he can beat you a different way. We're not going to slide here because he's beating you top side. If you would roll him, we've got a guy right there for you. Right? Can't give up top side. We're not sliding to a pole from behind the cage unless it's an inside roll. So at this point, Nate, I pull you and I put a different matchup, right? 2 straight goals, both top side. Like, that's my job as a coach, to make a switch. All right, we're now down 2-0. Here's what I want to ask you so far. For being a top 5 team, top team, are they doing anything crazy, special, things that we can't handle? No. Okay. Are we beating ourselves?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're not talented. Good teams are going to take advantage of your mistakes. And this is why this game keeps going this way. Okay? Was this a talent issue? I'm not saying they don't have D1 guys, but are they beating us because they're just way more talented than us? No. But you have to understand, in these type of games, it really comes down to who does the smaller things and who wants it more and who's tougher, and like the mentality piece is the biggest piece. All right, here we go. Look, we're doing the same thing. We're gonna come out here, we're gonna take away the wing, we're gonna force him to pull it forward. We've got our pole getting ready to take away the fast break backside. So even if he pulls it forward, we're fine. There we go, ball's out. Nice, we get it. Still 50-50. All right, All right, we actually get the ball. All right, here we go. Putting on some pressure. All right, let's swing this ball. Let's get it around. All right, we're moving. Do you see how, like, why can't we swing it through X? Do we understand what I'm saying? Like, we throw it back into a crowded area. I'm not saying you're not there, Jet, because I see your defender. Cam catches it, but does he even look at X? No. Like, why would we go back into a guy here? Do you see how crowded it is right here? You think maybe we want to push it to open space where Jet is? Then why do we throw back into a crowd? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is bad lacrosse. This is not understanding, hey, everybody's there, we're going to spin it and get it over to space. You know what offense likes? Space. Defense likes congestion, right? So do we want the ball in space or congestion? Space. And what happens? Let's watch. Come up. We throw a ball that's not great, but we should catch it because it hits us in our stick. It's right there. We are open. And we get a push on top of it, so now they're going to give it to them. All right. I believe that's the end of the first quarter. How many offensive possessions have we had? Yeah, well, it really comes down to what we call a possession, right? We had a fast break that we took a poor shot because we didn't get space. We had the possession where we got two quality shots. We got Griff's shot and we got Cam's shot. Did we have two others that ended fairly quickly?
Yes, I think it was
Or it was just that?
Just that.
Okay. So we've had three possessions, okay? The ball on our half 3 times. 2 of the times, the ball has lasted down there less than 10 seconds. Is that the type of possessions we need to win this game? Okay? When we had one, when we actually valued and ran our offense, we got 2 quality shots. Do you see why, like, doing the little things, making sure we maintain possession, when we clear the ball and getting it around and becomes a big deal? Yeah. Okay? You have to work harder to maintain the ball. All right, here we go. Second quarter. I'm going to go all the way through this. Let's go. Oh, must have been a timeout. I don't know what it was. Yep, timeout. All right, so here they go. I do know this one. Anybody know what happened here?
We didn't have 6 guys on the field.
Yes. Okay. Let's just make sure we understand this. Out of a timeout, do we have D-middies?
On front defense, yes.
No, on our team.
Oh, yeah.
So if we're playing defense, the expectation is 2 D-middies go on the field, right? We had 1 D-middie go on the field. This is a lack of awareness by our play. Like, why wouldn't we go on the field? This was indicative of the way we had been playing so far. Not thinking, and so what happens is we start going and we realize, hey, we don't have a midi on a guy. And look, at this point, we're rotating fast, trying to do our best. There's nothing. So now we're down 3-0. This one's a gift because our guys don't go on the field. Again, has any of this become a talent thing? Okay. I'm just trying to reinforce, and I've told you over and over, we are talented enough to win these games. It's not a talent, it's not a physical size, that's not what's holding us back. Execution, mentality, are we going to get the little things done? And the little thing was like literally walk 6 guys on the field. Right? Have 6 guys go out on the field. All right, here we go. All right, so they win it. We're staying in it. We got to get a ground ball. Good slide. Got to stay on it though. Okay, let's go back all the way to the beginning here. Okay. Pulls it forward, misses. we're here. At this point, we need to peel in to be part, right? Because he didn't win it for the fast break inning where he missed. We are clamping the ball. They've got a guy out, they've got a guy out. Should this be is this a 50-50 ball? Okay. Better team needs to win the 50-50 ball, right? Like, this is where possessions matter. How many possessions have we had? 3. Here's another opportunity for a possession. We don't even go for it. Like, look. We're there, we turn. We are in position. Get our nose down, we have him on our back, yes? Go right through the ball, through space. Take the check. Do we understand this? This isn't skill here. We have a guy on our back, 2 guys 10 yards, ball's here. This is get as low as I can, take the check, get a push, whatever. This should be our ball. The only reason it's not our ball is mentality. We don't want it bad enough. We actually start boxing out instead of going for the ball. Here's my problem. If you're boxing out right there, it means you don't want the ball. Do we understand that? If you box out for guys that are further away from you, it means you don't either want the check or you don't want the ball. But we are in position to win this. But because we don't go for it, they get it. All right, so here we go. They're dodging. He's coming down. All right, we've got a slide. We're here. That's fine. We're in good position. Just got to stay out on them. Got to put hands. Okay, let's look. When you slide, it ends with hands on body. I'm going to demonstrate this. Get up, Huddy. If I am going to slide to Huddy dodged that, he's going that way. I slide stick, but what keeps this guy from going to the cage? Is it my stick? No, I have to finish with hands driving him away from the cage, okay? If I just run out, stick, he just keeps running to the cage. Nothing stops. I'm going to tell you right now, any good team, any good player that's going to play Division I, a stick doesn't scare them. They run through the stick every time. They actually want you to throw the check because if they eat the check, they know your hands can't stop them. Do we understand that? If I'm throwing a check, can my hands stop your body? No. So good players want a check. You call eat the check because now I just run through. So here we go. Eat the check and just run. All right, now they're on a roll. Now they've got momentum, right? Like it went from no score for a long time. They beat us topside twice for their left hand. We give them a 6-on-5. They get another 50-50 ground ball that we didn't really want to go after. We slide, don't stop their body. Like we're now doing all these small things. We're not executing any of them. And yes, a good team will make you look bad if you repeatedly fail to do the details. All right, so here we go. I believe that is quarter. All right, here we go. We're shutting wing again. We're dropping in to take away the fast break. He wins it forward. Doesn't get it clean the first time. All right, now we're out. Breaking down. All right, what are they going to do? They push behind. We're fine. Get out, get out, get out. Break down. Let's see how we gave up right, must have been a midline substitution that we were trailing on. I can't see the substitution, so I can't identify it, but if we are on guys, okay, so defense. If I see a guy looking like that, what is he doing? What's this position?
Pass.
That is a feeding position, okay? Because he's looking to the cage through. What is our defender's job? And what?
On hand?
Got to be on hands, okay? The poke check is the #1 poke check for a defender. I ask all the time that our defenders are out on hands. We need, even if it's a bad substitution, we had a guy run off late, if we are in hands, can he make an accurate 15-yard feed? No. But if we stay distance and don't get in hands, he can put it right on a stick. We make a great save. But this is why I want guys on hands. There's a poke. Okay. We're fine, good. Still fine, no need. We got lost. Let's see how we got lost. So let's watch the off ball here. They're exchanging guys inside and out. Pierce does a good job there. Okay. Let's watch Pierce's head. What is Pierce doing a good job and then doesn't do?
He's looking at the guy in the ball. And
Okay, so let's go, we're gonna watch. So, the idea is head on a swivel. If I am going to sink in, which we ask you to do, I have to sink in, I look ball, I look man. I look ball, I look man. I look ball, I look man. Okay? Has to happen every second. 1 second ball, 1 second man. 1 second ball, 1 second man. What that allows me to do is adjust. So when I look ball, I look man, he moves, I'm here. I look ball, I look man, he moves. So let's see how Pierce does. Okay, look, he checks one. He just didn't check fast enough. That head has to be moving faster, right? Sink in, keep it moving. Your neck should get tired from checking back and forth. They're a good team. That right there, that type of movement shows me an offense that guys are doing the little things well. He didn't stand still. Their offense players were flexing back and forth, making the defender move their head. If we don't move our head well enough, we're going to lose, guys. We make a save, though. All right. I think this is our first settled clear. There we go. We push up. We should have 2 middies. If not, we've got to reverse it to the other side. That's not what we want. Okay. So, let's go back here again. All right, so here's one, right? We have one midi breaking. Here should be our other midi breaking. Pierce. So, we get the ball out. If both of them are covered, what is that defender's job? Right back to the goal. So as we're running up, is our goalie open?
Yeah.
Then what are we doing? Like this is, how many times do we run this in practice where I'm like, throw a ball, middies break away, we look up, they're covered, we reverse, go to the other side, out, right? So how in a game, when we haven't had a possession in like 10 minutes, we push, goalie makes the right decision, pushes away from the box, we break our 2 middies. Why are we not going back to the goalie? Is the goalie open? Okay, let's look. Guess what? Goalie's open and far defenseman is open. Yet, we run into a position where we are getting checked. Now, should we be going to the goalie? Yes. Or the other defender. For some reason, we're not. Look at this guy right here. Do you see this? What's that?
Wide open.
That is a midi. How close is the closest Sweet Lax guy?
Can't even see.
There's nobody even in the picture. Are we on sides? Look at Griff. On sides, defender, defender, defender. This is our guy, Hudson. Is it open?
Yes.
So wide open, we could have rolled it to him. What do? We throw that. Now it's a good ground ball by Grant. What in the world are we doing? Like, seriously. We're going to go all the way back and watch this again. Go away from the box. We break our two middies. Once we know our middies are covered, we go to the goalie. We have goalie open. We have far side defender open. If we reverse here and go here, the idea is we pulled everybody over to cover our two, right? Which means if we throw it to the goalie or the defender, then we can make an easy pass to Hudson. And Hudson's walking across the midfield line with nobody playing. Will we get an offensive possession out of this if we do that?
Yes.
Would it even be hard? No, like it would be taking candy, right? Like it's literally two passes. So my question is, and I know we're filming this, but my question is, why are we doing what we're doing as players? Do you understand the question? Like, do we not know the concepts? Because everybody was on the same page except the person with the ball. Why do we think we have to do something crazy instead of just moving it to the wide open goalie and the wide open midi on the backside? That's for you guys to contemplate, right? That's mentality. That's discipline, right? That's, am I tough enough to do the right thing no matter what? Am I disciplined enough to do it? It's that easy. Like, look, we schemed you some stuff that should make this game easy for you. You're the ones making it hard. Do we understand that? If we clear space on offense, we get easy shots. If we just take away top side on defense, we take away what they want to do. If we took away their strong hands, force them to their weak side, they don't score. If we slide and use our hands, they are pushed away from the cage. And there were 4 or 5 50-50 balls that we got 0. Where we actually were in the better position. It's not a talent issue. They're good. Like, look, they're good. We were terrible. Not from a talent standpoint, from an execution, toughness, mentality standpoint. Let's keep watching. We got like 5 minutes. That's a good body. That's way to be strong. Okay, here's the other thing. if we, in our concept, or our clearing concept, if we turn the ball over in the middle of our clear, what's the problem?
We have 2 defenders on.
Yeah, we ran 2 defenders off. So we're gonna be playing defense with 4 middies. Yes? Do you see why we have to be super clean? Because they're coming down. If we watch this, when it gets turned over, we've got one, it looks like we snuck a guy back on. Hudson must have ran off. So it gives us 3 defenders. This is good physical play right there. I don't know, maybe they ran off sides, but whatever it was, it gives us. All right, so we're doing it again. Here we go, gotta get out. I don't know what we're doing there. Let's go over to the far side again. All right, there we go. Again, let's talk about, so, watch this, save, okay? I like Griff because Griff does what we ask, okay? Want to save, where do our middies go? Away from the box, up to the midfield. Where should our goalie look first? All right, here we go. We don't want that. We don't want this pass. Do you see all these guys here? They're behind us, that's not gonna help us. But look at Griff. See how away from the box, if they don't play us, we're out. We don't want to go box side because that's where substitutions are happening. We eventually get it where we want. Could we have made that easier if we looked there first? Yes?
Yes.
Why did it take us 4 passes to eventually get there? Do you see how you're making it harder on yourselves?
Yeah.
We give you the pattern. We're like, here's the whole look. It's like a quarterback in reads. Here's your first read, second read, third read. If the first read's not open, then the second read. If the second read's not open, guess what? Who will be open? The third. We're giving it to you. But if you decide to do the reads out of order, I can't tell you what's going to be open. You have to use the way we teach it. All right. Now we come down, let's get a possession. We need a possession. I'm not sure, look, we scored. I'll take it. But we have not seen offense for like a long time. It wouldn't have been a bad thing to settle it. It looks like they were a little off in there. Yeah, Griff drew 2. Good bounce. All right. I think the score is 4-2 right now. No, 4-1. That would have to be our first. Yeah, 4-1. All right. All right, I'm going to pause it there because it is 8:29. Here's the deal. This team, 27 AAA, has enough athleticism, has enough size, has enough skill to compete with any top 10 team. Okay? The thing that has to change is our mentality and our discipline. Okay, when I say mentality, is the willingness to get your job done no matter what. Okay? Don't let an opponent intimidate you. Don't let somebody out physical you. Discipline is do the right thing every time. Know what we ask of you, and you have to have so much focus into getting that piece done that there's no question, right? They're good. You've got enough talent. I'm not saying you're as talented. At this level, watch college lacrosse this spring. The most talented team doesn't win every time. The toughest, the most disciplined, the one with the best mentality comes out and wins. okay? All you have to have is enough talent and enough athleticism. There's like a minimum amount to be competitive, and then what separates is your mentality. And we have not demonstrated the mentality yet, okay? Hopefully this film gave you a clear picture of how many mistakes and how many little things we don't do well that are easily changeable. Like none of the mistakes we made, you have to be bigger, faster, stronger to do. You just have to be willing to do it. Okay? That's it. You can